that working? I'll have to do. Stressing me out. Jesus. Just moving all this rubbish, everyone. Well, it's not rubbish, actually. Oh, my nose is itching like hell. Can't, why won't that turn right way? Oh, my auntie's ringing me. I'll ring her back in half hour. Well, there's 3 people in, so should we get cracking? I know it's wonky, right? But I can't get it to go. I can't get it to go straight. The thing. I don't know what's going on with it. Anyway, everybody, I thought we'd do a quick live. One of my quick lives might turn into a long live. I don't know. I just realised that it had been quite some time since I'd done a live. It feels like ages, actually. And loads has gone on. And I've got loads of footage to show you. I just haven't actually got round to doing anything with it yet. So as you know, I've put out a couple of videos recently. I did this bedroom one. We're in the new setup in the bedroom. And I also did the Plague Village Church over at Clayton and Frickley. This is a 0 alcohol wine, by the way. I just thought I'd treat myself because it's Easter now, innit? So finishing work until next Tuesday. But yeah, recently quite a bit has actually gone on. So first thing is, I picked up my new car last week. I will show it you in a video coming up. But I had to think about whether I wanted to keep the car or change it, you know, because the finance thing were coming up. And I thought, well, I got in touch with my old boss at Nissan in Oldham. Sorry, there's some messages coming through, everyone. My WhatsApp's blowing up. Family drama. But yeah, so I had to make a decision. Did I want to keep the Micra or did I want to move over to something else? So what I did is I bought a Duke and I went to Nissan Oldham and got it, and I got an absolutely fantastic deal. And I also got a wonderful new car. So it's one of those end connectors. And it's lovely. You know, it's lovely. I've got it in like this beautiful. Is the signal all right, by the way, everybody? Because it looks like it might be a bit dodgy this end. Can someone just let me know in the text if the signal's all right and you can see me okay? Because sometimes it can play up. But I'll just, hang on. Top messages, live chat. Okay, hopefully I can see it now if it comes through. Fine here. Thank you, Plenya. Thank you, Plevna, sorry. You know, I have got my glasses, they're here. But then if I put them on, I can't see the screen because it's close up that I need them. Anyway, so the colour that I've got is ceramic grey. It's really, really nice. It's that grey colour that Audi brought out on their cars a couple of years ago. You know, like a, almost like porcelain ceramic grey. It's really nice. So I've got that. So that's a new thing. I'm glad to get out the Micra, if I'm completely honest. It was quite tinny. I found it to be very, it was a good car. It did me good. You know, it never caused me any problems. But I did find it quite tinny. This one, I think, is quite nice. And we're going to be definitely putting it to some use because I was thinking of doing it this weekend. This was a couple of weeks ago. I want to go to Scotland. So I want to go and visit Greyfriars Cemetery, graveyard. And I've been saying it for a while now. While I'm up in Scotland, I also want to go to the Acropolis, which is in Glasgow. So the plan is, what I'm going to do, not this weekend because it's bank holiday weekend, everything's sky high. I had a look at hotels and they were like 250 quid for a night. It's just shocking. You can go and stay. I may as well drive to London. I could get a cheaper hotel down there. So it's closer, London, for me, by the way. It's about, I think it's about 200 miles from Barnsley to Edinburgh. But anyway, so I want to go to Greyfriars. That's definitely one. And, you know, I go and do these videos in Aya Hartwind, Edinburgh Vaults and Mary King's Close. I'm hopefully getting up there this summer to see those. And Mary King's Close. Oh, do you mean the underneath the streets? Those things. I really want to see them myself. I just don't know if I'm going to get to do it. So what happens is, right, I go and do these graveyards. Like I did probably one of the most famous graveyards in England, in the UK, and I can't remember the bleeding name of it, so it can't be that famous, can it? It's the one in London where George Michael's buried. Why can't I remember the name? I never can remember the name of it. It'll come back to me in a minute, but it's got the old vaults there, and it's where they used to do Tales of the Crypt and all of that. What the hell's it called? Why can't I remember? I'm sure my mind's going, you know. Anyway, I did the London one, which is the most famous. Highgate, that's it. Highgate Cemetery. Very, very famous cemetery around the world. I did that. I think it got about 250 views or something, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not pulling my face, but like, Highgate, thank you. But I got to these fabulous cemeteries. What I'm trying to say is, really, it doesn't matter which cemetery I go to. I can go to like Highgate, or I can go to Barnsley Cemetery, and I can get just as many views, which actually is, you know what, I'm making it sound like I'm all about the views, and I'm really not, because I hardly get any views, do you know what I mean? But it's not about that for me. But what I mean is, you'd expect, let me put it properly, you'd expect, because it's such a well-known graveyard, that you'd have more people tuning in, but they're not, you know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong in terms of my thing, but it doesn't matter. Point is, I just want to, I want to go to the Greyfriars for me, just to have a look, because I believe it's absolutely, in fact, I don't believe, I know it's absolutely beautiful, and the quality of the graves up there are just something else. The one good thing that the Scottish do, well, they do plenty of things well, but graveyards, beautiful. Somewhere, is it in London or is it Scotland? You know that film, that Scrooge film, and that American played Scrooge, George C. Scott, I think he was called. What they did is, to film the graveyard scene, they used a real graveyard, and what they did is they got someone's tomb where the water and the rain had worn the stone off for the years, and they inscribed his name, and they inscribed Scrooge into it, but it was someone else's bleeding grave. And I don't know if that's in Scotland, or I might just be making it up, because Alistair Sim, who's the most famous Scrooge, he was Scottish, Alistair Sim. Anyway, I feel like I'm waffling on. Point is, we're doing Edinburgh. So not this weekend, not the weekend after, but in the next, I'd say in the next 4 to 5 weeks, we'll definitely be getting that Edinburgh video in. And at the same time, I'm going to be going to Glasgow. So the plan is, drive up on a Friday night, stay just outside Glasgow that night. I want to stay in like a haunted, like, coaching house, you know, like one of them old pubs, but one that's like got a haunted reputation. So I want to stay in a haunted hotel, and then the next day, I want to go up to the Acropolis. This screen looks like it's thinking. I don't know if it's. I need my glasses on. I don't know. Yeah, I want to go to the Acropolis. There's some beautiful graves in there, and then we'll go over to Greyfriars and then drive home. That's the plan. Stephen, looking fine, and so are you. Oh, thanks, Stephen, my friend. How are you? Stephen's lovely. He's my friend from Oldham, and he always contributes to the channel, bless him, as everybody does that watches, you know. But Mill of the Black Monks. Mill of the Black Monks. Is that in Edinburgh, Plevna? Is that in Edinburgh? Won't mind going to that. I was just hesitating because I was thinking about the Monk Breton that's near me, and I was thinking, is that what you're referring to? But it's not, is it? Oh, that's another video that I'm going to be doing. I don't think I'll be able to do it tomorrow because it's Easter Friday, isn't it? But Monk Breton, it's a World Heritage Site. It's an old friary, excuse me, or friary. Is it priory or friary? Can someone help me out? Because clearly I've just not got a clue what I'm talking about tonight. But the monks used to live there, and I did a while ago, I did a video where I did a few old buildings around Barnsley, and I went to the pub across the road, which is where they used to Middle of the Black Monks. That's near me. That's what you're talking about, isn't it? The Middle of the Black Monks. That's the pub. So I did a filming of it, and it was really interesting because if you look for the video, but if you look on the outside, there's all like graffiti from like the 1600s and stuff that people have done over the years. It's absolutely fascinating. Yeah, I'm going to be definitely doing a video of that. I've been trying to get into Monk Breton for ages, right? And I could never ever find the door open or the gate. And then my mum and Simon, they live up in Ardsley. And they were driving past the other day and they said, oh, we went into Monk Breton. I went, how the bleed now did you get in? She said, I walked through the gate. But I think what I were doing, I were going to the wrong gate, the other gate around the other side, which apparently you go down a side street. I don't know. So I am going to definitely do Monk Breton. And as I said, it's a World Heritage Site. It needs to be definitely shown. So yeah, that's that. So the car, we got the new car. Hi, Muck the dear. Nice to hear from you. I've not seen you. I've not heard from you for yonks. I hope you're doing well. And I hope your festival, do you call it? Sorry, is going well. A friend of mine is fasting at the moment, and he said it's a bit tough this year. Obviously, he's sticking with it, but he said it's a bit tough this year. Thank you. You look well. So yes, what else was I going to say? So car, that's sorted. We're going to definitely get some use out of that and go to some fabulous places. Oh, and I'm going to be doing Westminster Abbey. I weren't going to say anything. I was going to keep it a secret, but sod it. I'm going to do Westminster Abbey. Now, I've got something to tell you. So last time I tried to do Westminster Abbey was actually before I even started Sarah's UK Graveyard. And there's some wonderful graves in there. The most prominent that I can remember, obviously Elizabeth I. You can go to her grave and see that. And there's just so many fantastic things to see. I mean, the grave of the unknown soldier, that's another one. But last time I went in, I wasn't allowed to film, but this was years ago. So I was on Shein the other night, and you can get some camera specs, right? And they look like this. But here, right, sorry, not middle finger, here, there's a lens, and then in the side, it's built in your memory card and stuff. So and you get 90 minutes recording. So what I thought I'd do is, when I do Westminster Abbey, I think I'm going to get the tech glasses. We'll give them a whirlwind beforehand, make sure that I know what I'm doing with them. But I think we'll take those glasses, and I will buy them before I go, but we'll definitely do that. And then I'll go in Westminster, and then they can't say a bloody thing then, can they? They won't know I'm filming. So, and you can get bird's eye view, I suppose, really, as I see things, which I think will be quite interesting. So we're definitely doing that. There's just so much that we're going to be seeing. Let's have a look here. Happy Ramadan. Oh, happy Ramadan, Muck the dear. Hello, Sarah. Sorry, that message has gone off now. I spent too much time bloody messing about, talking about my glasses and other things. I'll mention it when it comes back up. Oh, will it show? No. Some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. Ah, Kermit's middle finger. Hello, Sarah. Hi, how are you? So let me think now what's going on. There was something else that, oh yeah, that's it. I'm obsessed with Shein at the moment. So I'm buying like a few bits and pieces off there. And it's really, really cheap. And let me just tell you, if you've not bought anything off Shein, like clothes or anything like that, honestly, you can get them. Just look at the reviews. People tell you honestly what they like, but I've never bought anything. I haven't bought anything bad off there so far. So yesterday I was scrolling through, and I wanted years ago, like when I first started the channel, I had like a Canon camera, like digital zoom thing, and it was fabulous because when I were going doing all my church videos and I wanted to really hone in on detail, I was able to do that because I had the camera to do it. But now I do my filming on that DJI Pocket, which is all right. It's a really good, really, really good camera set up for what I need. But I really miss being able to do the zoom in and the other bits and pieces. So I bought this camera off Shein, and it was only 60 quid. It was 75 last night, and then when I went back on today it was 60 quid, and it's 4K, 56 megapixels, 50 million megapixel, but it says 56 on front. I'm not taking me with cameras and stuff like that. You get a 32 meg 30 something moving in bedroom again. Just heard my books moving on the floor. I'm not joking, everybody. I've got 4 books piled on the floor. I swear to God, I just heard them moving. Hiya, Louise. How you doing? It's me, Louise. My middle name's Louise, Sarah Louise. I suppose theoretically I could drop the Sarah, and my mum calls me Lou. She's always called me Lou, and my friend Carl calls me Lou, but very rarely do people use it. It's just my mum, really. Or my aunties, because I've got a cousin called Sarah Jane, so they call me obviously Sarah Louise, and then there's Sarah Jane, but that's the only time I get to use my middle name. I don't know why I've just bored you with that. And I've completely forgot what the hell I was talking. Oh, my camera. Looking at them bleeding books. So the camera, yeah, it's have you bought out off Temu? Hi Lou Hogwin. No, I haven't bought anything off Temu, Louise. Or Temu. I call it Temu. Adrian is always buying off, Adrian and Michael, if you've watched my vids, sometimes I put them on they live across the road, they're so funny. But Adrian's constantly buying off their like little gadgets. But I were in the car the other day because they were going into Barnsley, and I said, "Oh, come in with you." Last weekend, yeah, last Sunday it were. And Adrian had been to Blackpool with Michael. They'd gone away for St Paddy's Day last week. Anyway, Adrian said he were on dance floor dancing in that Mark Kelly's, I think. And then he said someone just went like that with their hand on dance floor and whopped his glasses off. Didn't do it, it weren't like thing of just someone dancing like that. So it made his glasses skew with. So we went into Barnsley last Sunday. And the reason why I'm telling you that, I was sat back at car and I was looking, and he had this air freshener. Do you remember Superman years ago at the beginning? And it was like a circle spinning it. It was spinning on itself. It's hard, like 2 loops. I can't describe it. Well, the air freshener that they've got in the car does that, and it gets powered by the sun, and it looks like an optical illusion. It's fabulous. And that were off Temu, and I think he said it were about 2 or 3 quid or something. And you put fluid in it, it's like a refillable thingamajig. But honestly, I've got so many gorgeous clothes. I might even do, for anyone interested, I know it's not real. Well, my channel's a bit strange anyway, because I do all sorts of stuff, don't I? But I might even do like a try on and just, not like a big on video, but just show what I've got. Like, I've got this 2-piece in there. It was 9 quid, and it's absolutely bleeding gorgeous. It's beige, and it's a long skirt, comes to like, I'd say just mid calf. It's got a bit of a split in it, but not like too much. And then it's got this beautiful like wrap top. Honestly, it's absolutely gorgeous. And then I've got this beautiful blue dress, and I've got loads. So I'm really into Shein, but I've got enough stuff now, so I won't be buying any more. But I wanted to get that camera because I do You know, now I'm back out at the graveyards and I'm doing the churches, and obviously when I go up to Scotland, I want a camera where I can really get into that detail and show you some of the beautiful things, because I see stuff and you can see it with like your naked eye and it just don't come out on camera, you know. And I go on about it, I say, oh, look at that, you know, but really you can't see it. So I want to be able to show you that. Just gonna fill my wine up. So I'm just, no one's saying anything. Why is no one saying anything? Am I just not seeing the messages? For those of you that weren't watching before, this is a non-alcoholic wine. What do you think of my pyjama set? Oh, it's still got a sticker on it. 2-piece set. I got it from Morrison's before. I just thought it were quite cute because I'm into my, as you can see, I'm into my florals. So that reminds me, actually, when I was on Shein last night, I was looking at, do you remember those years ago, those, you know, a bit of a strange one. Oh, I've got to tell you about my new thing in a minute. Remember those bed sheets that you used to get, and they were like a ruffle at the bottom, and you could get them all like lace and like really over top kitsch. Well, I'm thinking of getting a couple of them, because under this bed you can see like the stuff that I've got stored. So I thought I'll just get some, you know, some over the top opulent lace bed skirts or something, you know, something like that. What did they used to call them? I forget the name. So the other thing that I've decided to do, I went on Valence. Thanks, Louise. You know, oh, thank God, because I can't bloody remember anything. A Valence, but a really over the top Valence, like full of pink lace. Oh, and that reminds me, you see that lampshade there? How old do you reckon that lamp is? It's really, really heavy. Have another look at it. Really heavy marble, and then it's got that old hang on. It's got that old shade on top, and inside it's got one of them old bulbs, you know, that beautiful old bulbs. There's hardly any light coming off at the moment. I've had to put this ceiling light on. But I got that lamp from charity. I think I paid about £5 for it, and I absolutely love it. But that shade, what I'm thinking of doing with that is stripping the green off, although I like the green. But I'm thinking of stripping the outside of the green off and then putting some pink tulle on the outside and doing, like, again, a really ornate with gold and stuff, because you know what I'm like, I'm a bit strange. But I've decided this year, I don't know if anyone else got wind of this, but if you're with OVO or British Gas, or what was the other one? Or Octopus, apparently they're giving like a price reduction. But me, I thought, well, that's pretty good, isn't it? You know, now we're coming into summer, we're not going to need our gas. All of a sudden, we're getting a reduction. You know, they could have done it during the bloody winter. But I'm not. Yeah, I suppose I'm not moaning about it. But I just thought about that. But last year I spent £1,600. Oh, it's no time to break my fast. It was a long day. I've cooked chickpeas, onions, tomatoes, and potatoes, and a beef burger and brioche bun. Try it. Oh, I wish I could have some. Do. Oh, enjoy yourself, Mukta dear. Make sure you. I know you will enjoy time with family as well, and I hope everyone enjoys the food tonight. And good on you for sticking with it and being strong. And yeah, well done. And thank you so much for that money, by the way. It's really, really nice of you. Thank you. Try it. You know what? What I might do? Should I have a go with that, do you think, Muxadesh? Do you think I should do that on a Service UK graveyard cooking video? I think I will. Yeah, enjoy yourself, lovey. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so these gas bills, right, gas and electric. So £1,600 is what I spent last year, right, in gas and electric. And that's because I'm always putting my heating on. Like, I won't sit cold in my house, me, no matter what. And I'm fortunate, I suppose, that I can you know, afford to put my heating on. I don't mean it like that, but I don't want to. I don't want to have to fork out this money. No one does, do they, for the thing? So the thing is, I've got this fireplace in my house, but I can't light the fire because if I light the fire, what happens is the chimney leaks and then it fills me. You can't see the smoke, but you can smell it up in the attic. And even that doesn't bother me so much. But because I'm obviously not sat up there when I've got the fire on, and it doesn't seem to linger, the smell, it does go. But someone said, oh, you've got to be careful because if it goes into your neighbour's house, they could get carb something poisoning. So what I've decided to do is get a liner fitted. If I want to use my fire, I've got to have a liner fitted. So I got some prices, and it's been a real struggle to get someone to actually come round and give me a quote for a liner for a fire. They don't seem to want to do it. But yesterday I went on that my builder, and I put an advert on, and this local company have come forward and they said, oh, we'll come and do a survey. So they came today, I had a look at it, right? And he says, oh, I think it'll be all right. He said, I'll go back to office. I'll ask them to put quotes together for you. I went, right. He says, while we're at it, he said, do you want us to quote you for a wood burner or, you know, one of them stoves? And I went, well, my first choice really would be to have, you know, have that. I said, but if you want, you know, to have the fire, keep the fire. I says, but if you want to do it, then do it. Anyway, they've come back. They want to drop a liner to the fire, £975 to drop a liner, attach it to top of fire, and change the top of chimney. I were thinking you can buy a liner for £100 online, and obviously the chimney's going to be a cost, but I were thinking it might be £600, 500, £600, nearly £1,000 to have a liner put on this fire. And then they sent me another price for the stove, and the first offer they've come in with is £16.75. In it mucks the deer, right? It is. But I'm stuck because I'll tell you why I'm stuck in a minute, right? And why I'm thinking of going down this road where I've got to think about getting a burner or sorting the fire out because of these bloody gas bills, right? So then they quoted me £16.75 to so then you've seen the fireplace downstairs in my front room. So what they've quoted, so to drop the liner, change the top of the chimney, let's call it £1,000, right? For 1,700, they'll change the top of the chimney, they'll rip out the fire, they'll knock out all the brick, they'll reline it so I can tile it because I'm going to tile it myself. You know, I tiled the bathroom, so I'm going to tile the fireplace. I'm going to get some old Victorian tiles, possibly like a gorgeous green or something, you know, like, I don't know, I'll come up with a colour. But then they're going to come with a fire, attach that, give me a certification, and then leave me with a burner. And they want £16.75 for that, or £9.75. So if you just wind it up, £1,000 or 1,700. So obviously I'm going to get a couple of more quotes, and I don't really want a bloody burner, if I'm completely honest. I'd rather keep my fire, but it's just ridiculous, £1,000 to put a liner in. And this is the reason why I'm going down. I'm not then going to start going out and buying wood and coal. I'm not doing that. Where I live in Barnsley, there's loads and loads and loads of like forests and stuff like that. And there's a woods near where I live called Wunwell Woods. It's haunted, actually. I did a story on that. There's a ghost that roams around in there. But my plan is, if I can get the fire sorted, and that doesn't even include what's outside my house. There's trees everywhere in Barnsley, wood trees, and obviously trees are made of wood, so what are you talking about? But this is my plan, because you know I'm a bit strange. I'm thinking what I'll do, I'll get in the car and once or twice a week, I'll go down Wunwell Woods or another woods. And Wunwell Woods is massive. And I'll go and forage wood, right? So I'll just go and, you know, like I've got one of those, you know, those shopping trolleys that you pull on wheels like their bids have. Well, I've got one of them, you know, because I'm a bid now. So I thought I'll take me trolley. I says, I'm just talking about foraging wood. That's my cousin, by the way, Sarah Atkin, everybody. But I'm going to take this bid's trolley on wheels and I'm going to go in this forest and I'm going to start collecting wood. And then I'm going to take it back to my car and put it into like IKEA bags. And I'm going to do like 3 or 4 bags. So I fill the boot with wood. Go home. And then, hiya, Jono, you all right, love? And then I'm going to come home and that shed outside that's absolutely packed with a load of rubbish that I'll never use. In fact, it's not rubbish actually, it's good stuff, but I'll never use it. So I'll give it away or I'll sell it. But or I'll give it to charity or whatever. But the stuff in there from the woman who used to own this house, she died 5 years ago. This house was empty for 2 years before I bought it. They couldn't sell it, God knows why. So what I'm going to do is clear the shed out because that's the old coal shed anyway. Keep some of it for like a few bits and pieces that need to be outside. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start bulking it up with wood. So then come the winter, what I can do then is I can just start going out, get some wood in, bring it in for night and get the fire on. So over time, I'll save money. God, isn't that a boring story? Are you Sir Atkin? Are you Jono? Oh. So that's it, everybody. Well, it's not it. I'm not going anywhere yet. But there's a few bits going on. Now, this weekend, there's a couple of things that I'm going to be doing this weekend. So tomorrow is Easter Friday. So I'm thinking I might come Oldham tomorrow if you're going to be about. I'll call for a brew. I'm going to go and see your mum as well. So I'm thinking tomorrow, everyone, get me camera. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. Ted's had an haircut. Oh, I might take him for a walk if I come down. Everybody, do you remember Teddy that I had? Little Teddy. Well, sorry, I need to take him soon and have him at my house for a couple of weeks. They hadn't cut his tash off again, have they, like last time? They made him look like bloody you know who last time, that horrible fiend. They made him look horrible. I'm off to Highgate Cemetery again in a couple of weeks. I hear there's a grave in there what I wanna, in the second, as you're going up the hill to Highgate, you've got the one on the left there with like George Michael and that. Well, as you're walking round to George Michael, there's a tomb there on the left and it's got glass ceiling. If you're going past it, you can get a picture from inside, see what's there. So, oh yes, John said, oh yes, the dog, bless him. Sarah, you can. Look, the deer says he's a cute dog. He's great, isn't he, our Ted? Oh, I love him. He used to sleep with me in this bed at night. And he'd come upstairs, right? He'd come upstairs and he'd make these funny noises, like I don't know, he'd just look at you and then you'd get on here and he'd just sonk out, he'd just walk and then he'd be like that, he'd just roll over and he'd just sonk out. He is the funniest little character. And I was sad when Sarah took him home because I got used to him being here, but he lives with our Sarah, I couldn't keep, well, I would have kept him if she let me, but it's her dog. But she did say that I could have him and look after him for a week or so. I'll definitely take her up on that. Sarah said he looks great. Jono says yes, the old part. He will do. Thank you. The glass seal. Yeah, so when you're walking round, it's the fella who was a soldier in a war in the early 1800s, and his family are in there, and it's like you've got the opening to the grave. If you go on my video and have a look, you'll see it. But like there's like a big room built off it, and there's lights in the top. So if Great Visitations came over from Ireland and he filmed it and he managed, you can, if you look through the door, in fact, on my filming, you can see the light inside, it's all lit up. It's beautiful. I will ask at reception, Sarah, and get you a picture. Oh wow, on the left up the hill, amazing. Yeah, it's wonderful. So anyway, this weekend, I'm thinking tomorrow at Oldham. So if our Sarah's in, I'll call for a brew. I don't know if she said whether she's in or not. But regardless, I'm going to go and see my Auntie Stella. And then, oh no, I can't. No, I need to go to Oldham Saturday. I don't know why I'm saying tomorrow. I'm going Saturday because I want to go to Oldham Market as well. There's a guy who has loads of material stalls on there, and I'm thinking it'll be on Friday because it's just a normal working day Friday, isn't it? So I need some more material. You see that curtain there that I did in the bedroom? Well, I need some more because I need to make another curtain now for downstairs because that was actually in front of my front door. Sarah, will your fire heat your hot water? No, but like Sarah, all I do, I have. To be fair, I've even going more towards showers now. But like, I'm not boiling. I use my gas for that, obviously. But it's just like me eating. I have me eating on all day long, because I'm working from home. And like when it's cold, I can't sit cold all day. Sometimes I can barely feel my fingers, so I have to have the eating on. And obviously, it's costing me. So what I'm thinking is, over time, obviously it's a layout, but if I'm using that wood and not putting the heating on, I'm going to save the money, and over time it'll pay for itself. So it'll be a little bit of a layout, but I think it'll definitely do. Jono, are you still on the wagon, Sarah? Yes. Oh, you're going to Sheffield to drop Ruby off. What, tomorrow, sirs? Come round. Like, come round tomorrow. And have a brew. Yes, Jono, I'm still on the I won't drink again. I've got this is non-alcoholic wine. It's McGuigan Zero. I actually picked up the wrong one. It was I didn't mean to pick this one up, to be perfectly honest. I meant to pick another one up, but this isn't my favourite at all. And it's a bit fizzy when you drink it. It's a bit of a strange one. But there's another one that's this is nice. It's not wine, the other one's not wine, but this is not as good as the other one. But like when you want to just have a glass of wine, because you're used to having a glass of wine, you're used to sick of drinking Diet Coke all the time and then being wired when you want to go to sleep. So sometimes it's just nice to have that. Louise Gilder, plus it's a lovely feature, a real fire. Oh, it's you that's asking. I thought it was our Sarah Jane that was asking me that. Louise, sorry, will you fire heat your hot water? Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I was because I said to that fella, I'm thinking, right, all right. Well, if it's going to be 900 quid, I can batter him down. I'm not going to pay him the 16.75. That's for certain. I want some money off that because that's his opening offer. And I'm in Yorkshire, and Yorkshiremen like to haggle a bit, so I'll definitely be doing that. But again, I was thinking just keep the fire, but I don't know. Now I'm thinking a burner will be better. And apparently 75% of your bloody heat goes up the chimney when you've got open fire. Whereas if you've got one of them burners, it's like a radiator, isn't it? So I think overall that's going to be the better option for me. But I've got to do something, everybody. I can't, like next winter when I'm working from home, like usually, like historically, that wouldn't have been a thing for me because I've been out all day at work using their eating and I've eaten on at night, so it wouldn't have been as much. But now, it's really piling on. Let me just top this wine up. So that's it. There's trying to think if there's any more updates. Not really. Oh no, I need to finish. Yeah. So tomorrow, I think I will go out and do some filming tomorrow. I'm going to do a video on Thomas Depledge. So if you watched my recent video where I did the church in the middle, that church is literally in the middle of bleeding nowhere. You can't even park. You can't pull over. So you'd have to walk there to get there, and it's like 3 miles outside of village. So does that mean you're coming tomorrow? I don't understand. Just text me and let me know. Have I booked any more holidays? No, not yet. To be honest, I was gonna go. I really enjoy Egypt. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's the people are very nice. It's not. It's beautiful weather. um, I love Egypt at night. I think it's absolutely stunning. Um, and I like the architecture. You know, like most of it in Sham, to be fair, it's all manufactured, but like there's some beautiful places over there. Like I went to the old market and you know, went into the mosque there. That mosque is just absolutely stunning. Honestly, absolutely beautiful. And first time I've ever been in a mosque in my entire life. I got invited to the one in Oldham on Greengate, and I just every time they invited me, I didn't have enough time to sort things out. And then he stopped asking me, the fella, and you know, and I think he thought that I didn't want to go, and I did. You know, it's just that he'd send me an email and say, "Oh, Sarah, we've got an opening tomorrow," but like, because I live up here now, it weren't like. So I'll go at some point, and I want to go to that one at Greengate. But yeah, there's just something about Egypt that I really like, and I like it at night as well. Like it's when it's dark there, it's you know the sky is just really really dark, and you know like it is here, you know obviously, but the light on the ground is just beautiful. It's not like over here. It's like how it used to be before they put in all these. Remember years ago, like when I was growing up in like the 80s and the 90s, the lights, the street lights were like yellow, and the light was beautiful and soft, and you know when we used to get fogs in Oldham, it was just nice. The streets were nice, and it's like that in Egypt. It's just beautiful. But to answer your question, yes, I'm going to go back to Egypt in October, but I've not booked it yet. And I'm really really happy actually because with me and my auntie going. Um, Anyone else who wants to go? If our Sarah's coming, I don't know. But also Adrian and Michael are coming, so that's going to be absolutely brilliant. Because them two are right laugh. I don't know if you've seen those two, Louise, on my videos, but they're wonderful. Adrian said he's going to put his mankini on. one of them on one leg, you know. I don't know if you've seen them. I don't know how they stay up, let's put it that way. Yes, now we have white street lights. Exactly, yeah, it's just not a nice, like there's one outside my house here, like and I ate it, and the other week someone had smashed it. In fact, someone had reversed into it with it coming up. Or that's what I got told. And I said to my neighbours, I went, "Oh, I'm glad it's not working anymore," because it was beautiful. Like I could, and I think that's when I was filming I got some really nice filming of the moon during that time because you could really see it. You know, it was absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I was happy it had gone. So yeah, this weekend then. So tomorrow we'll start doing the Thomas Depledge film. And that's going to be quite an undertaking, that, because there's quite a few places that I need to go to, a few sites that we need to see, a few locations. So I'll be getting on with that. Oldham will be Saturday, and we'll definitely get an Oldham video. I've got a video in mind for Oldham that I've been meaning to do for some time, and I think this weekend is the time to do it. And also, there's a grave. I might actually go on the register and just get the details and do some research on it. But there's a grave in Grinnikers for the Carter family, and the reason why I like this grave, I think this grave is probably the reason why I like graveyards. That's this grave in Grinnikers, and it's because when I was growing up in Oldham, my mum used to tell me about this grave. You know, and it sounds weird to say that, but like And our family would talk about things like that and spooky stuff, and we always have. And my mum didn't tell me to scare me or anything like that, but she used to say, she said, "Oh, I used to go in with my friend Vivian into the cemetery when I was a kid." She went, and we always used to go and look at this. They look at the stones, and they always used to look at this grave, and it's Carter's vault. And I did some research on Carter. I think he owned a timber yard in Oldham, or he had something to do with joinery, his business. But I think there's a bigger story there. They were a big family. They were just across the way from Sir Needham, who opened or paid a lot of money to open Oldham Hospital. Excuse me, everyone. Nose is itching. And also, what was he called? Fella next to him, who was one of the founders of Oldham football. Oh, what was he called? Forget. But the point is, Grinnicker Cemetery is one that I haven't done even nearly enough videos on. Like Chadderton Cemetery, I've pretty much done. I could still, obviously, there's thousands, hundreds of videos left in Chadderton Cemetery, but what I'm trying to say is Grinnickers is one that's definitely been left untapped. So I might also do a graveyard video while I'm up there as well. I think that would be good. That's better. Lowered that now. And that's it. So there's going to be quite a bit going on this weekend, definitely. And if I do the Oldham video on Saturday, I'll make sure that's up for Sunday. The Deptford one will probably be up midweek because there's a bit going on there. And that's it, everybody. I think I've run out of things to say. Muck the dear, thank you so much if you're still watching for that £5. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. And everybody else, I really do appreciate you watching and spending the time to listen to me ramble on. And that's pretty much it. So I think I'm going to go. I want this light off. It's doing me head in. I want to get a shower, or potentially I think I might get a bath actually. Yeah, I'm going to get a bath and I'm going to lie down on this bed here and watch my telly. And that's it. Might read a book. Don't know. And that's it. So I'm going to go, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Bye bye.